One of the biggest surprises for families isn't that dementia gets worse, it's that it doesn't seem to make any sense at all. One day your mom remembers everyone's names, the next she can't remember who you are. Yesterday your husband balanced the checkbook. Today he can't figure out how to work the remote. One morning they hold a completely normal conversation, and by dinner they're convinced that they're late for work even though they've been retired for 15 years. And naturally, you start wondering, is this normal? Did something suddenly get worse? Is this a new stage? Or my least favorite thought that caregivers have is, maybe I imagined how bad it was yesterday. After nearly 20 years as a neuropsychologist, I can tell you this fluctuation is one of the most misunderstood parts of dementia. Because dementia rarely progresses in a perfectly straight line. Instead, it often looks more like waves. So today I want to explain why that happens, what's actually happening inside the brain, and how understanding this one concept can dramatically reduce the panic so many of you experience. Hi, for those of you who are new here, I'm Dr. Sinclair, a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. The expectation. Most people imagine dementia looking like this, a perfect downward slope, a slow, steady, predictable decline. Every year, a little worse than the year before, almost like walking down a staircase. But that's rarely what families actually experience. Instead, they see something that feels almost random. Good day, bad day. Great morning, terrible evening. 3 wonderful conversations followed by a day where nothing seems to make sense. It feels chaotic, but underneath there's actually a reason. The way that I explain it to my families is I want for you to imagine you're driving through a city. One major road is closed, no problem. Your GPS finds another route. Then another road closes. The GPS finds another detour. For a while, you still reach your destination, it just takes a little longer. But eventually, if more and more roads become unavailable, the detours get longer. Traffic builds, and one small accident, one extra traffic light, or one additional road closure creates gridlock. The destination didn't change at all. The road system simply has fewer ways to get you there. That's remarkably similar to what happens inside a brain affected by dementia. Why the brain fluctuates. One of the things I aim to teach you is that dementia doesn't damage every brain network equally or all at once. Even after Alzheimer's disease or another dementia type has changed the brain, there are still healthy neural networks working incredibly hard to compensate. Think of these healthy networks as detours. When one pathway is damaged, the brain looks for another and another and another. For a while, those alternate routes work surprisingly well. That's why someone can still balance a checkbook, remember a birthday, or have a wonderful conversation. But every detour comes with a cost. It requires more effort, more energy, more brain resources. Eventually, those alternate routes become overwhelmed themselves. Not necessarily because the disease suddenly accelerated, but because the brain has fewer efficient pathways left to work around the damage. In neuropsychology, we often call those remaining resources cognitive reserve. Think of cognitive reserve as the fuel that allows the brain to keep taking those detours. Good sleep, hydration, familiar routines, less stress, all of that help to preserve the reserve. Poor sleep, pain, infection, dehydration, too much stimulation, all of that drains the reserve faster. When that reserve runs low, those detours stop working as efficiently, and suddenly the symptoms appear to look much worse. By evening, the brain has spent the entire day finding alternate routes around damaged networks. Eventually, those detours become exhausted. That's one reason many care partners notice that their loved ones seem much more confused later on in the day. Quick pause, care partners. If you're finding this helpful, if you are thinking, wow, no one's ever explained dementia to me in this way, that's exactly why I created this channel. Every week, I hope to decode what's happening inside the brain for you so that you know what to do and what to say. So if this has been helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel and share this with other care partners who equally need this information as well. Thank you. What makes symptoms fluctuate? Here are some of the biggest reasons that symptoms fluctuate with dementia: fatigue, poor sleep, pain, UTIs or other infections, dehydration, constipation, medication changes, hospitalizations, too much stimulation, too many people talking, unexpected changes in routine. Even something as simple as skipping lunch is enough to make symptoms fluctuate. I can go on and on. But notice something interesting? None of these things directly make dementia worse. They simply ask an already injured brain to do more work than it has the resources to do. And when the brain already has fewer cognitive reserve, even small stressors can produce dramatic changes. The mistake families accidentally make. Here's where I often see caregivers unintentionally make things harder for themselves and their person with dementia. One of the biggest misconceptions about dementia is assuming today's performance predicts tomorrow's. Yesterday, Dad paid a bill, so today the family expects him to do the same. Yesterday, Mom remembered the grandkids' names, so today they quiz her again. Please stop doing that, you guys. Yesterday he walked independently, so today they assume he can safely do the same. When today's brain can't access yesterday's abilities, everyone becomes a bit more frustrated, even the person with dementia. And understanding what's happening in the brain can be helpful, so allow me to explain. Holding on to those expectations, that's not how damaged networks work. What you're seeing isn't motivation changing, it isn't stubbornness, it's not even the disease suddenly getting worse necessarily. You're seeing performance change based on how much support the brain's remaining healthy networks are able to provide in that moment. On a day when the brain has more cognitive reserve, those healthy networks can temporarily compensate for the damage. They can form those detours. On a day when those resources are depleted, that same task may simply be out of reach for your person with dementia. So remember, their abilities fluctuate, your expectations have to fluctuate as well. Instead of asking, they did it yesterday, why can't they do it today? Try asking a question that's a bit more helpful. How can I make things a little bit easier for them today when I'm noticing that their brain is struggling with that detour? And here are a few more ideas. What to do instead. So, as I've noted, instead of asking what stage are they in, or why are they being so stubborn, or you did this yesterday, an hour ago, why can't you do it now? Try asking what resources does their brain have available to them today? Because in dementia, we're not just managing memory, we're managing brain workload. Did they sleep well? Are they tired, hungry, overstimulated, in pain? Do they seem overwhelmed? Those types of questions help you to avoid blaming your person with dementia or yourself, thinking that you've done something wrong when it's just brain fluctuation. You'll also find that with these questions, some days it's not the day to tackle paperwork. Some days it's not the day for a crowded family gathering. Or some days it's not the day to insist on learning or doing something new. Meeting the brain where it is almost always works better than expecting them to perform the way that they did yesterday. One of the biggest transformations I see inside my program, the Confident Caregiver Academy, is this shift. Families stop asking, why are they doing this? And start asking more helpful questions. What is the brain struggling to do right now? What do I have to shift to support them a little bit better? That single change dramatically reduces the conflict, because once you understand what the brain is capable of and incapable of in that moment, you adjust your communication, your expectations, and most importantly, your approach. That's the difference between simply getting a diagnosis and actually knowing what the diagnosis means. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's video, it's this. A good day doesn't mean dementia is gone. A bad day doesn't mean that dementia's always progressed. More often, you're seeing the brain's ability to compensate rise and fall throughout the day. Once you understand that, the ups and downs stop feeling so mysterious. You stop panicking every time there's a bad day. At least I hope. I also hope that today's video was helpful for you and that you've learned something new. If you'd like to take it a step further, feel free to grab the free Dementia Starter Kit below. And if you'd like personalized guidance, if you'd like to work with me, then go ahead and schedule a call with me below as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.